Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to your Giants News Roundup for Monday, January 24th. Ed Valentine of Big Blue View here. And let's talk about the New York Giants' ongoing coaching search. New general manager Joe Schoen is fast at work trying to identify a new head coach for the Giants, which is his first and at this point most important task. At this point, the Giants have interviewed Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll, defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, and Cincinnati Bengals defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. Both Daboll and Frazier would now be available to be hired if that is the direction that the Giants want to go. Since the Bills lost in stunning, incredible, crazy fashion on Sunday evening to the Kansas City Chiefs, I think Daboll remains a favorite here for this job due to his connection with Schoen and the fact that somewhat surprisingly, Daboll at this point is the only offensive-minded coach who has interviewed for the job or been connected to the job at this point. Quick comment on that is, to be honest with you, I don't care one way or the other, offense, defense. What I want is a guy who can coach an entire team, not just one side of the ball. I want a guy who can lead, a guy who can organize, a guy who can connect to an entire roster, not just a guy who can stick his face in a play sheet and call plays on offense. I want a guy that can coach an entire football team. So I know that some people get hung up on the fact that the Giants were really bad offensively the last couple of years, that they still have a Daniel Jones / quarterback decision to make. And because of that, really would like an offensive guy. To me, doesn't matter. You find the best coach you can, you find the best offensive coordinator that you can, you find the best defensive coordinator that you can, the best assistant coaches that you can, and you go from there. You don't say, I have to have a defensive coach or an offensive coach or a special teams coach or whatever. You find the best coach. Along that line, interviews continue today. Hotly sought after Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is expected to interview with the Giants on Monday. Quinn actually is on the radar of at least 6 of the 8 NFL teams currently looking for a head coach. Dan Quinn is a good football coach, was in Atlanta for more than 5 years, took that team to a Super Bowl. We know what happened in that Super Bowl. The Falcons blowing a 28-3 lead, which is always going to follow Quinn around in terms of his reputation, his resume. But took the Falcons to the playoffs twice in 5 years, had a 43-42 overall record. Got fired partway through his 6th season when Atlanta started 0-5. Dan Quinn, though, is a good, solid football coach. The number of teams interested in him tell you what the NFL thinks about him. Quinn did a really good job in Dallas in 2021, helping turn that defense around. Of course, it helped that he had Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, along with some other players. But Quinn did a really good job in Dallas. Quinn is going to land somewhere as an NFL head coach this upcoming season, and we'll find out if that's the Giants. A couple of other things going on. It looks like the Giants are also intending to speak with Patrick Graham this week, their defensive coordinator. Don't know, what what Joe Schoen will think of Patrick Graham, but I'm glad that Graham is getting an interview. At least I don't know how serious of a candidate he will actually be, but we will find out. The wrinkle in this is that apparently the Pittsburgh Steelers have also asked for permission to speak with Graham, who's still under contract to the Giants, for their vacant defensive coordinator position. And let's be honest, that if Graham is not going to get a head coaching job, and if Joe Schoen and whoever becomes the Giants head coach aren't 100% comfortable with Patrick Graham, the Pittsburgh Steelers would be a really nice landing spot for Graham. So we'll see what happens there. The other thing to mention is that we don't yet know when the Giants will interview Brian Flores, the former Miami Dolphins coach. That's expected to happen. Flores is considered a leading candidate for the job, but to this point, as far as we know, no interview with Flores has been scheduled. We will, of course, keep you up to date on that. We'll keep you up to date at Big Blue View on all of the happenings regarding the head coaching search. We'll have analysis for you later this week when General Manager Joe Schoen speaks to the media later on this week. Don't have an exact time for when that's going to happen, but Schoen is expected to speak to reporters later on this week, and yours truly is intending to be there. So we'll have full coverage from that as well. Make sure you check out our story stream at Big Blue View on the head coaching search for all of the latest news, analysis, updates, information. And also, follow us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube if you like what you see, other than of course having to stare at my ugly mug. But hopefully you like the information. So give us a subscribe if you do. Also, if you're listening on the Big Blue View Radio podcast, please, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you, as always, for listening, Giants fans, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.